So I'm Mandy Barker. I'm a photographic artist from the UK, and I've been photographing marine plastic pollution for the last 10 years. I first came across the issue that birds here, a specific bird colony, were ingesting plastic particles, and I wanted to come and find out more. I literally just turned up on the beach and just saw him on the shoreline. He feels slightly wet, so he looks like he's tried to swim out and maybe been swept back. He's obviously a small chick because he's very fluffy, and more than that, I don't know. Well, he's having a go. Good luck to him, but I've got a feeling he might be back. Oh dear. Who knows if he's got plastic inside him or not. So I think he's not going to make it. Going to put him in one of the bags and just keep him safe until they get here. I can't watch him anymore struggling. Not really the job of an artist or photographer. Lord Howe Island is an island that's almost 800 kilometres from Sydney, an area and an island of outstanding natural beauty. It's a volcanic crater with two huge volcanic mountains on the south that have rainforest plateau. It has flora and fauna and birds and, beautiful sort of species of marine life. It's probably one of the most stunning places I've ever been. I'm here to continue my mission of creating awareness about plastic pollution. The problem here is that the bird, which is called the flesh-footed shearwater, is in decline. From the 1970s, it's declined by 50%. This is due to line fishing, the environment and plastic. And I'm here specifically to look at the plastic issue and work alongside the scientists for 2 weeks. Hi, morning.
What have you got?
Well, very, very sad. Just a young one trying to get out, struggling on the water's edge. She's alive.
Still alive?
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
Gosh.
Small and light.
Oh, very wet.
Yeah, it was horrible to see trying to fly out.
Put these guys in my rucksack.
Have we checked the whole beach?
No, just been to those rocks, which is where I found him, and I haven't been beyond.
Okay, so we should keep going then.
Well, here comes the sun.
Amazing.
I first heard about Jen through a talk I did in Hong Kong, and then I became familiar about the work she was doing in Lord Howe and with the shearwaters. So following that, I asked her if there would be any chance ever of me joining her and recording and looking at her work and seeing what she does with the shearwaters on the island.
Just there, but beyond the beach, really close to the beach, in those palm trees, is one of the larger colonies of flesh-footed shearwaters here on Lord Howe Island. So these birds are really lucky. They don't actually have too far to go to get from the colony to the water. So they just have a little toddle down across the beach and off they go out into the wilderness.
We're working with very young birds that are only 3 months old that are trying to make their first ever flight out to sea. So they are departing Lord Howe Island for the first time and going out there into the big blue.
So tiny. Okay.
And somehow it finds its way all the way to the Sea of Japan, more than 5,000 kilometers away. It will truly live up to its name of a seabird.
At this time of year, we walk this beach looking for the birds that have tried to make that journey out across the beach and out to the ocean, and that's not always successful, and overnight they get a bit tumbled in the surf and wash up on the beach, and that's why we're here this morning.
So, maybe start with him.
Yep, okay, great. I haven't worked with any species before. For the last 10 years I've just photographed plastic. So this is a new kind of way of working with, you know, something that's been alive and been affected directly with the species. So I've been photographing plastic now for the last 10 years, nothing else but plastic. This came about because I was revisiting a beach that I used to regularly go to as a child. I began to notice that there were less natural objects, but there were more plastic and waste washing up on the beach, especially like a children's car seat, a computer screen, a fridge freezer, these huge objects. And I wanted to create a series of work that informed people about what was going on. And this created my first series called Indefinite. While I researched about the Indefinite series, I found out lots about the mass accumulations of plastic that exist around the world in different oceans. So I collected plastic from coastlines in Europe and Scotland and Cornwall and created the series Soup, which is basically lots of different collections created in a mass to kind of draw people in to realise what was happening. The main aim for my work is to create something visually attractive, to draw the viewer in, and then when people are drawn in and they're looking at the images, they actually read the caption and the information, and then they find out what it represents, and hopefully that's a kind of a shock, and almost stab in the back of the current problem. In some sad way, this almost looks like a beautiful image, even though it's clearly a badly damaged and decomposing bird. He's very smelly and there's quite a lot of flies and things crawling out of him, so I'm going to quickly put him down. And go and wash my hands.
1 of our record ones.
I was about to say, Ian, there's a lot here. I've never seen that much. I think that's it, team. Just got to...
127 pieces, 128 pieces.
20.13 grams.
Whoa.
He only weighed 400.
More than 10% of that bird's overall body mass was just plastic.
There's a molten piece of plastic that's obviously been melted. Could be a bottle cap, could be anything. Pieces of bottle cap. This is some sort of top, some sort of stopper for something. A balloon tie that which we've seen many times. A huge piece of plastic. I mean, this was particularly horrific when it was being taken out of the stomach. I mean, it's... to think that a bird swallowed that is just unbelievable. I mean, this sample particularly resonates with me because I saw the bird, you know, before it was cut open, and then have seen the plastics being taken out, seen them laid on a tray, and then here I am kind of picking them up and using them to make artwork from. But it's just astounding, really. I'm just laying them out to look at them individually, you know, and look at the sort of textures and the shapes. I mean, this one here has even got the bird's feather still kind of matted into the side of it. So you often don't see these things until you actually, you know, really have a close look. I've always got a fixed idea of what I want to do and what I want to represent. You know, for example, coming to Lord Howe, I know I want to represent the issue of plastics in birds, but I leave things quite open. I don't quite know how I'm going to feel when I get here. Usually when I get to somewhere, I see things that I never imagined would be here.
So maybe bag 2. Come on out. Hello. His head bill is 92.6. We're here in the forest because this is where the flesh-footed shearwaters breed, and it's that time of year. It's what we call plastic season. It's when the birds are old enough to start coming out of their burrows and up to the surface. But unfortunately, over the last 3 months, those same birds have been fed plastic, which is accumulated in their stomachs, and that can really impact on their ability to make that successful flight. Some don't make it. In fact, in some years, a lot don't make it. But this is an opportunity for us to do some research and to understand what this does, and also to remove that plastic, which might actually give some of these birds a much better shot at surviving out there in the big blue.
So what we're doing here is just gently flushing some water into the bird's stomach, and that induces it to vomit up all the food it's got in there to see what's coming out. So
3 white fragments in this bird. Looks square or round?
it looks a bit square. I think it's just a clear bit of plastic.
It's been a difficult trip, both emotionally and physically. I can't almost quite believe it. It's like a surreal experience. I mean, this wild bird, these lovely sort of creatures, laid there to have plastic that we've created, we've produced on land, and has somehow ended up in the sea and ended up in their bodies. It is really hard to relate to, really. I find it really difficult. I think about it each evening and can't really believe that I'm actually seeing this happen. think if I can make some sort of change, if I can make people look at my work and it makes them think about maybe their bottle top or their piece of plastic bottle or their toothbrush, whatever it might be that has ended up in the stomach of a bird, if it makes them think and stop them buying certain things or make them rethink what they use on a daily basis in terms of plastic, I'll have achieved my aim.